representing the Jellis Monash group here in Mount Waverley. We have many of our agents that are going to be assisting us with the sale here today. We've got Stephen Huang, listing agent Paul, we've got Jimmy, Russ, Stan, Costa. They will be walking throughout the crowd. So if you have any questions, feel free to grab their attention. Now, many of you guys have requested the contract to sell in Section 32, and it has been on display for the last half an hour. It states the property we're selling is certificate of title reference volume 08202, folio number 201, being lot number 115. What do all those numbers mean? It means we're selling 37 Charlton Street here in the heart of Mount Waverley. We're selling the property with electric light fittings, window furnishings and floor coverings, and that's going to come free with the property today. But we're going to determine the price for this property possession. Now, we do have some auction rules, and I do have to read them to you. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any other conditions that are made available before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auction from accepting bids or offers after the property has been knocked down to a successful bidder. The vendor has a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruption by bidders, and fines are provided for this conduct. The rules permit a vendor bid. The words that we make when bidding on behalf of the vendor is vendor bid. Only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Now, buyers, while we're here, one of the best appointed homes, 20 years young, in the heart of Mount Waverley, and our vendors have loved this home. They've made so many core memories here. And soon, we're going to open up the bidding to you guys, and it's going to be your opportunity to start making those same core memories here today. 4 bedrooms, massive master over there, towards the front of the property. Towards the side, the 3 other bedrooms for the kids. Lovely separated, 2 big living zones, open plan kitchen right behind there. Pull out the master chef. You're going to want to stay in this home. You're going to want to cook here. You're going to want to stay indoors on a Saturday instead of going out. It's one of those homes where you're going to want to invite the family over and entertain. It's one of those homes which you're proud to call yours. As far as location goes here, guys, we're in central Mount Waverley. You're walking distance to the train station and shops just around the corner. Buses at the end of the street. In the Mount Waverley Secondary School Zone. Why is that important? Because if you want to raise smart, intelligent kids, schools are important. And Mount Waverley Secondary, one of the best public schools going around. If it's private schools you're interested in, Hunting Tower, just around the corner. Avla, or premium schools here in the 3149 postcode. As far as the house and house appointed, let's not forget, in summer, enjoying that nice north-south orientation as well. But buyers, I know, let's cram in, let's kick off the auction very, very shortly. That's how I'm going to call it here today. I'll call it 3 times, guys. First call, second call, third and final call, selling, sold. When the contract hits my hand like so, guys, it's going to be sold. So if you hear the bid, raise your hand, raise both hands, jump up and down, scream out your bids, ask for some advice. We're here to help you bid as well, buyers. Can't take any late. Just to start if you like, but kick it off. Yes, looks like you want to have the bid. Yes? No?
1.8.
1.8. I would have thought so. And we're on the market and we're selling, buyers, and as easy as that, with the opening bid. Great bold bid over there. That's where your competition is, and hope to see you at the end. At 1.8, buyers, look for a rise of 20,000, nice and easy from there. At 1.8, there's your competition. 20, thank you very much. 20 over here, and same opportunity. Hope to see you at the end as well. 20, thank you, and 40. At 40, 60, can I say? At 40, we've got. At 40 over there. At 1.840.
50.
50, no, going in 20s at the moment. I'll take 60 though. 40 over here, 60 if you like to jump in. 40 I've got. 40 right now if you want to jump in. 60, same opportunity. 60 with the raise of the hand. At 60 I've got over here. At 1.860. 1.9. Bold bid for the keys over there at 1.9 million. At 1.9 on the market selling, make no mistake. At 1.9. At 2 million over here. Great bold bid there. Read the manual on how to buy at auction. At 2 million over here. 2 million is the bid. At 2 million, invite you any back in at the back there, just one bid, or what do we say? 10, thank you. At 10 we have. At 2 million and 10's the bid. At 10 we've got right now. At 10 over here. Invite you back in. 10, can I say 50?
50.
Thank you. At 50 we've got at 2 million and 50. At 50 is the bid. At 2 million 50 right here knows how to bid an auction. That's how you do it, guys. Big, bold bidding. See the prices in the area going up, up and up. Can't say another one. 60. At 60 over here. At 60, what about 2 point? 60, 70. 70 here, 80, can I invite you back in? That's 70 here. 70 here?
2.1.
2.1. At 2.1. Great bidding over there. 2.1 over here, can I invite you back in or back in over here? 4 bidders. Bidding very strong. At 2.11. At 10 we've got here. At 10's the bid buys, invite you back in. What do we say there? Jimmy or Russ at the back. At 10 we have. At 2,110,000. At 10 I've got right now. Call it 3 times, there's no further bids. 20. At 20 is the bid. 2,130,000. At 30 I've got 40. 50 straight back? 50. At 50, that's how you bid. 10's on working. What about a higher number? At 2,150 we've got. At 50 is the bid. What about 2.2? 60. At 60 we have, what? I'll ask you the same question. 2.2. At 60 we have, at 2,160,000. At 60 we've got right down at the back there, Jimmy, what do we say? At 2,100,000. 2.2. At 2.2, thank you. At 2.2, again, ask and you shall receive. At 2,200,000.
And 10.
And 10. 2,210,000. At 2,210,000, I would have thought so. Another 10s, 20. 20 we got, and would have thought so. Building costs are going up, guys. You can't build this for another 800,000 at all. 30 and 30, we're going at 2,230,000. At 30 is the bid. 40, can I invite you back in? Yeah, 40 straight back, and 50, can I say? At 40, I've got. At 40 right here. At 2,250,000. Is that a bid? Sorry.
10.
Yep. 50 we got. Rise of 10. At 70 we got. At 2,270,000 right now. At 70 for the first call. At 70. Second call. At 70. 80. 80 straight back. And 80 I've got here. 90. Can I round me up to 2.3? 90. 90, 2.3, can I say? With a shake of the head.
10.
At 2,310,000 the bid. At 2,310,000, why wouldn't you want to be buying here and investing in this blue chip location? It ticks all the boxes. At 732 square meters, north facing rear, blue chip location. At 20. 20 is the bid. 2,320,000. At 2,320,000, invite you back in for 30. At 30 straight back, great bidding over here. At 2,330,000 and 30 right back. At 30 is the bid, can I say 40? 30 I've got. 30 I've got. 40. 50 can I say? 40 I've got. 2 in it right now, fighting it out.
And 10.
Yep, 40 she says. At 40 we've got. At 2,340,000. 50.
No.
It's at 235, I think.
That should be 30, 40.
30, 40, 50.
50 now, yeah.
50, thank you.
Now. Yeah, 50 now.
Got it? 50. At 50 we have. At 2,350,000. 2,360,000.
10 more.
10 more.
60 here with the opening bidder. At 60 we have. At 60 is the bid. At 2,360,000, time to think over there a little bit. And anyone at the back
And
there,
10.
Jimmy? 70. Can I say 80 or round me up to 2.4?
Another 10.
70.
No, 80.
80, sorry. 80. 80. 80 is the bid. Altogether, that 2.4 million, that 2.4 is a bid. Things jumping right at the end and stealing that 2.4 right at the back. That 2,400,000, having a quick chat, have a chat as well. But I do need to know because it is an auction. That one at 2,410,000, at 10 straight back, Jimmy, what do we say? At 10 we've got, at 2,410,000, 10 right here in front. At 10, we'll call it 3 times. Need to know, quicken. $410,000. First call, second call, third and final call. We're selling. That little bit further for a home like this. Land around here is going to 2 million. You can't construct homes like this for 800,000. There's no change. $2,410,000. Was that you pointing at the city or was it a bid?
City.
It's a very expensive point there. At $2,410,000 and almost bought the property with a point. At $2,410,000, are we in, out? Oh, in the bid. It was at the back. $2,410,000. Jimmy, we're in or out? I'm going to knock it down. Plenty of opportunity at the back as well. In
10.
20. Thank you. At 20. Out. Thank you. $2,430,000. First call. Second call. Third and final call. If you're holding back for any reason, now raise your hand because we will sell the property. Need to know, need instruction, just quickly, I will knock it down. I know it's a big decision. Do need to know. Having a good conversation there. In, out.
Out.
I thank you for your bidding. Hopefully try to find you something like this. Well, boys, let's welcome the new neighbours. Here, 37 Charlton Street, here in Mount Waverley. I hope you can create as many memories as the vendors have with this property. Because we're selling.